Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to our main pay-per-view for the month, our second main one. We're just checking the broadcast. It is indeed live, perfecto. Joined here then for our second time around at the Trouble in Tange pay-per-view. This promises to be a real absolute thriller as the stadium is bathed in orange and we get things kicked off and underway here, ladies and gentlemen, with seeing the Budget Magician entering the Orange Arena, sponsored by the old mobile phone company that has long since probably gone out of business and been taken over. Here he comes then. 207 pounds of what is proclaimed to be Danish muscle. I'm not so sure that's an accurate announcement. Perhaps another trick from the Budget Magician with the cape halfway through his abdomen, if you like. I'll apologise in advance, ladies and gentlemen, for the any sounds that you hear in the background that sounds like a constant wind blowing. It is the hottest day of the year upon recording this, and you can see the KEW fans are looking a little moist in the front row, a little sweatier than normal, and we do have a fan ringside keeping me cool whilst commentating on the action here this evening. Budget Magician, of course, will be thrilled to get a marquee match here in the main pay-per-view, opening the pay-per-view as it is, an honour for him. Not long in the KEW, but he's ready and raring as he slaps his cummerbund to open the evening's entertainment for us, and he will take on a man who's we've not seen a lot of recently, and perhaps this is for good reason. On the hottest day we've got the Yeti coming in here. We'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen, whether the heat gets to him and the heat melts him, or whether his cold frost from his entrance cools everyone down in the Orange Arena as we're here for the Trouble in Tangetown pay-per-view. This could be a real marquee as well for that man. We saw his star rise, of course, towards the end of his KEW season last year, and this season started strong, but he's faded since. We'll have to see if he's able to get things back on track here, ladies and gentlemen, and if he can push his KEW stocks up a little higher. He knows that a win in the opening of the pay-per-view here will do himself all the good in pushing his name forward into potentially being a hardcore or regular KEW champion in the future. He's of course not ventured into the hardcore division, has been distracted with the tag team division as part of the Misfits for a while, but we're seeing him here in singles action as he makes his way down into the ring with his Yeti powers. We'll have to see who can win out the light magic of the Budget Magician or the Yeti powers that he's stolen from the north. I do have an iced coffee as well whilst we're here, ladies and gentlemen, so if you hear me taking the odd sip in between matches or in between commentary, it's to keep myself cool and refreshed. We'll try and refrain as much as possible, but if you hear a little bit of rattling, clattering, that's just me, not to worry at all. I'm not being attacked by a polar bear ringside that the Yeti's brought along, and immediately look at that, the Yeti caught the Budget Magician going for the chop and lifts him high and drops him neck first onto the ropes here, and now going for the knee, wrenching it, working the base of the Budget Magician here. The Yeti knows he's got that weightlifting belt that he bears that keeps his pants up and keeps his Yeti powers sealed in. That's how he's able to lift such heavy opposition that he does in the KEW. That weightlifting belt giving him the back support that he needs. And of course, damaged his back in his fight with the Yeti, and it's not quite been the same ever since. The Budget Magician, though, slow into this one here. He, of course, has been slow in many of his matches so far in the KEW. We've not seen him really take to the heights that could be promised, as he's allowed to climb back up to the ropes here as the Yeti looks a little lost on the ring there. In and out they go, the pair of them. A little bit of confusion there as to what was going on. Perhaps the heat getting to them and melting their brains a little bit. Good German suplex there from the Yeti as he takes back control of this one. And another stomp on the back of the head of the Budget Magician. Really looking to do the damage early doors. Oh, but he misses wildly there. And now the Budget Magician with a few chops getting back into it. Big suplex there, sending his man down to the ground. Now targets the Yeti, but the Yeti sees him coming and quickly gets back in control of this one by putting the Budget Magician in the corner, ramming his face into the top turnbuckle, and a big shot there, almost winding the life out of the Budget Magician as he's driven down to the floor here, ladies and gentlemen. Pulled out of the corner, dropped to his back there. Devastating damage being done. You can see he's holding the back already. The Yeti rolls him over and goes for an early cover to seal a landmark victory. Gets the 1 count there. It's been pretty easy going so far for the Yeti. The Budget Magician rolls out of the ring for a breather, and now the Yeti follows him, but the Magician sees him coming and eats the barricades there. You can see the KEW faithful in the front row are well and truly up for this one, as the Budget Magician looks to do some damage on the outside there. Thrilled to be here for the KEW Trouble in Tange pay-per-view. Up to a 3 count now on the outside from the referee, as the Budget Magician launches the Yeti down on the outside, gets to a 4 and climbs himself back up and into the orange ring, adorned in orange of course for the marquee one that is the Tange's main pay-per-view. Drop down to the floor is the Yeti now, as the Budget Magician works his way around the Yeti. Big shot there, sends the Yeti down to the ground. You can see him holding that back. I said he's got the back, of course. It is a question mark for him. It's been damaged ever since he took the Yeti powers off. We don't mention it much in the KEW, as it's not been too much of an issue so far. The Yeti's been able to parry up many in opposition, but you have to wonder how many matches it's going to take before the Yeti gets worn down. He has, of course, had a nice long breather before getting into this one with the Budget Magician. The Budget Magician's been much more used and had a few more matches than the Yeti has in recent weeks, but the Yeti looks fresh for it. A nice rest has done him the power of good, it seems. The Budget Magician struggling to get a foothold in this one, getting the elbows now into the guts, onto a 4 count on the outside. The Yeti has hold of him. Oh, clotheslines his head off. Goodness gracious me, almost decapitating the Budget Magician on the outside. Up to a 5 count. The Yeti's got to surely get him back in the ring now. And if he can get a Yeti driver off here, ladies and gentlemen, this might be good night for the Budget Magician. He's slow back to his feet here. The Yeti picks him up, swinging neck breaker there, and that might even be enough as it is. You can see they're clutching the back of the neck, goes for the cover. Has the Budget Magician got enough left in the tank to kick out of this too? And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, just a little kick out there, but surely it's only a matter of time. The Budget Magician needs a desperately pulled to the bottom of his bag of his tricks. Rolled up here onto the shoulders. Big power bomb. Sits him down for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that was enough to put him away. The stacked power bomb, and the Yeti takes the victory here, proving that the Budget Magician isn't up to these masterful tricks to be able to defeat the Yeti. And Cold Ears Craig takes the first victory for the evening at the main pay-per-view. He knows that'll be good for him moving forward in the KEW, and will push him forward to be a real contender in the future. It might spell a good storm incoming for the Misfits as well and their tag team, ladies and gentlemen. Good win there for Cold Ears Craig. He'll be pleased he was able to put away someone who came out of the academy pretty swiftly without much of a hassle. It was really a foregone conclusion, if you like, in many ways. And we'll see a bit of a run back here, a little bit of a mix-up as well in the teams. We're seeing the Misfits taking on the Coven once again. The Coven, of course, getting the victory last week and put themselves in the number 1 contenders spot. And here the Misfits have said, well, it wasn't exactly our starting lineup, so you can have a nice go now at the Turkish Mountain and the Mystery, as they look for a measure of revenge. The Mountain, of course, one of the most dangerous athletes in the KEW, a giant of a man, and the Mystery, a master of the submission moves, he likes to claim. They are his superpower, he likes to say, but Miss Kasuj will have something to say of that. She is a dark dealer in the submission stakes as well. Arms raised and the flex is on. High fives for the Misfits, as they are ready and raring to go. The Mystery looking focused, as is Big Dan, the Turkish Mountain. He's almost a freak of nature, ladies and gentlemen. 7 feet tall, and all of it is pure muscle. A dominant athlete once he gets going in the KEW, but he is a known to let things slip and slide, and as one of the taller athletes, he does suffer with his pace around the ring, and you'll have to wonder if that's going to come into effect here today, ladies and gentlemen, with the darkness that is descended into the arena, and you can see the floating orbs there. I thought they were phone cameras from a distance, but you can see nobody's got their phones out. These are dark, mysterious orbs that have been brought into the arena by that woman there. Miss KEW leading the coven out then. The Witch Mother, she'll be entering into the ring.
372 pounds.
With the tarantula here. Miss Tash will of course be doing her normal part on the outside to get the business, keep the other team distracted as much as she possibly can. You can see there the rocking chair being dragged down to the ring by the tarantula. As the Witch Mother blows the light out and the fairies still dance in the arena. You have to wonder what dark magic has got those floating on in the KEW's crowd. And she looks fired up and ready. And the tarantula, of course, stalking her leader around. As the coven look focused here, they'll know that victory last time out, and she'll be fired up and amped, will Miss KEW. Would have seen, of course, the two women there following her into the ring get the victory against the Misfits last time. She knows if they can follow it up with another victory here, that they are the #1 contenders for the tag team titles, and that tag team title match might be coming up at the very next episode of KEW Live, ladies and gentlemen. And what an opportunity it would be. This could be the opportunity that the Coven have been waiting for. We've got the Plowman, of course, coming up later in the Fatal 4-Way for the Hardcore Championships. If they can sustain the momentum they're building here, then this will be a fantastic opportunity for the Coven to really make a run at getting some silverware and some bronze, if you like, in the coming weeks in the KEW. Dropping the knee now. The Mystery, they've started the faster here, and oh, look at this, not content with leaving the Witch Mother on the outside, oh, dragged and dropped over the top apron. A nasty move from the Mystery, and the Tarantula's going to make him pay for that with the butterfly suplex, lifting him high and slamming him down onto the matting. And now, oh, German release suplex there as well. Slow back to his feet as he gets a woodblock shoe in the face for good measure. Rolled over now for the cover. An early one from the Tarantula, but perhaps a little one to waste a bit of time to allow the Witch Mother to recover and get back onto the side of the ropes here. She was, of course, involved in that hellacious fatal 3-way only a few days ago, of course, where she took on both members of the safety men to try and get herself into the Elimination Chamber match later this evening. Was unsuccessful there as she lost to Atomic Andy, and perhaps feeling some of the after effects of that battering that went on between the three people in the ring there, taking on the Firefighter and Atomic Andy. Of course, Atomic Andy and the Firefighter were at odds in that one, and after the match as well. A little bit of miscommunication there, and you'd have to say they're not in the prime position to be the #1 contenders in the tag division. The Misfits, of course, have kind of sitting down there with them at the moment, whilst the Coven are the next best thing, it looks like, currently. But here we're seeing a complete reversal in fortunes, as so far the Mystery has been taking it to Miss Tarantula in the ring, dropping the knee now on the arm. It's not allowed her to get any momentum whatsoever. Oh, pummeling the head now. Look at this. Looked like Miss Tash was going to try and get involved there. Jumped quickly down off the apron, perhaps not wanting to get herself eliminated from the match. More shots to the spine, and now he's going to go for the tag. The Mystery tagging in the Turkish Mountain as the Tarantula's slow back to her feet. She didn't look like she knew where she was there, but now there's a little frog flip in there, sending the Mountain down to the ground. Not easily done, but using all of her body weight to get the momentum to flip the bigger man over. And now German suplex, good power there from the Tarantula, picking him up now, twisting around the arm, positioning it on the floor and stomping on the shoulder, going after the shoulder and the wrist of the Mountain, trying to weaken that power early on. Oh, little shot there from Miss Kasuj out of the corner, drops the Mountain down, and I would have thought it might have been a good time to go for a tag. Whipped back into the corner again, now goes for the tag, and we're going to see a double team coming up here. Into the ropes goes Big Dan, and now big arm drags there, sending him flying over, both of them using their combined power to send the Mountain down to the floor. Knee shot to the face of the Mountain, and he's down now and rolling around, and the Witch Mother looks to take her time. Big Dan rolls out of the ring, needing a little bit of a breather, and then she's saying to him, get back in the ring for more punishment anytime you want, lad. Flings him around. Oh, good arm drag there, using the momentum of the bigger man to get the power necessary to toss him over. Goes for the cover now, disrespectfully shoving the elbow in the face as well. Just a 1 count there for the Witch Mother. Back to her feet. Big Dan up and in control of things now, though. Managed to beat her to her feet. Has her up in the corner. And oh, look at this, dragging her upside down. Oh, slamming her on the floor. Goodness me, from 7 foot up for such a little lady. That's a long way to fly. She must have always smashed her face into the ring matting. Dives and gets the tag in. And here comes Miss Tarantula and the Mystery. Both people getting the tag in. Big clothesline from the Tarantula there, dropping the Mystery down to the ground as the Witch Mother is slow back to her feet. And now picking up the Mystery. She knows what she to do with him, and he's elbowed his way back out of it there. It's too slow from the Tarantula, but catches him unawares. Perhaps he was a little slow to recover. Under she goes now, and over flashing the red undies in his face. Oh, and twists around for another German suplex there, driving him onto the back of his head. Went for the shot. Oh, and he gets a running knee strike in, driving the Tarantula down. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Gets the shoulder up at the last minute there. You'd have to wonder if the Witch Mother was trying to get in the ring and break it up. It didn't look like she would have much involvement in it now, twisting the arm around. Oh, but gets the kick in the guts as Mr. Angela to break out what was coming, those woodblock shoes, and again with the woodblocks. Here we go, big stand. Oh, well, it was going to be a suplex, flips it around to a powerbomb. Great move from the Tarantula there. Good athleticism on display, and now look at this, switches her attention to the Turkish Mountain on the apron. Big shot, big right hand there, and another one, weakening him in the corner. Furious chops now. She's exploding into this match here. She's not happy with what's gone on. Big package suplex there, and he wants to tag, gets it in now to the Mountain, and she's happy to let the Mountain come into the ring and inflict the damage on him, but perhaps a misunderstanding there, miscommunication. He's got her up, oh, and slams her down, 7 foot in the air onto the apron, legs on the side there, gets a 2 count, and she turfs him off as he was going for the dirty pin there. Oh, ducks out of the way of it, gets him round, up on the, oh, the spider slam, goes and covers with a win. 1, 2. No, gets a shoulder up, and the Mystery was in, but too slow. He looked like he reacted really slowly to that one. Big shot to the back here, trying to take him down a little bit. Stomp to the guts as well. She's working her way around him slowly but surely here, ladies and gentlemen. Big punch to the face, the forearm, right in, and oh, drags him down to the outside. A nasty landing it looked like there for the Mountain. She climbs back into the ring, and is she going to now target the Mystery? It looks like she is here, ladies and gentlemen. Goes straight after him. Big shot to the face. Oh, drop kicks him off the apron. Goodness gracious me, those woodblock shoes straight in the chest. You've got to wonder how much damage that's done. Gets the tag in to the Witch Mother, and this might be what the cover needs here, ladies and gentlemen. Big Dan up in the corner. Oh, trying to take the turnbuckle off, and gets dropped onto the outside for good measure there. And now the Witch Mother climbing to the top rope. Is she going to look to take things to the air, pointing to the outside, and jumps back down now to potentially go and deal with the Mystery, whilst Big Dan's not paying attention on the outside. Oh, drops him on the top rope, and Big Dan slides in, but the Witch Mother's in control of things now. Under she goes. And went to go over, but couldn't quite make it over him, gets caught, and now he's got her up, and the Turkish slam, there it is, hooks the leg, goes for the cover here. 1, 2, just a 2 count there. Miss Tarantula not happy to get in the ring. She knows that the Witch Mother's got plenty left in her tank, or perhaps she doesn't want to interfere with the Witch Mother, who springs back to her feet now, and delivers the knees right into the chest of the Mystery, and goes for a cover herself. Just a 1 count there, though, too quick for the cover. Now tags in a weapon of destruction in this match. The Tarantula back into things here, and gets taken out immediately by the Mystery, who trips up the leg, it looks like, now looking to target the spine again. Big toe punch to the spine with those Jester shoes. You have to wonder if those bells on the end of them, whether they're special heavyweight bells that you can really dig them in with. And look at this, Miss Tarantula's rolled to the outside. There was a kendo stick that was put in there, and the referee was having a word with Miss Tash, and the Witch Mother distracting the Mystery in the ring. She goes for the powerbomb sit down cover. 1, 2. Gets the 2 count. The Mountain slow into the ring. He's no way he would have got across the ring to break that up. I know he's a big man, but he would have had to really get the charge on to get across the ring to break it up there, ladies and gentlemen. Now whipped into the corner, and he could be in a whole world of bother here. Gets the elbow in at the last minute, the Mystery. This one's fast and frantic here, ladies and gentlemen. Up goes Mr. Tarantula. Big powerbomb there. That could be the break he needs. But gets the shot in the back from the Witch Mother to break up his focus there. Big shot to the spine. Now he might look to go for the tag to the Mountain, which might be the smart move to do. And here comes the fresh man into the ring, and the Tarantula is up quickly. And boots his face off with those woodblock shoes. He tried to run and intercept and only got caught at the last second. And now look at the power here as she German suplexes him across the ring. Now posing for the KEW fans, but taking too long about it as she gets shoulder charged down. Big shot there to the Witch Mother, and now trying to turn his attention back to him. A little bit distracted there into the big clothesline goes the Tarantula there. Back to her feet. No, not quite. The Mountain intercepts, lifts her up and slams her back down. Goodness gracious me. The height that he gets on those, dropping the opponents heavily onto the ring mat. And look again, lifting high and snapping her down. Goodness me, almost put her through the goddamn ring there. Now taking the time to show off to the fans and allowing the tag to get in to the Witch Mother. She's got hold of the Mountain here, whips him into the ropes, lifts him up, and drops him for the headbutt there. He just about managed to get it, and he manages to dive and get the tag in again, as there's poor ring management going on from the Witch Mother. And now the Mystery's got confused and goes straight after the Tarantula there, and now he could be in a problem here. He's got the ankle lock. Mr. Kasuja has the ankle lock locked in the corner here. Can the Mystery hold on, or is he going to tap? Just about managed to hold on, but can the Witch Mother now look to put it away? She's going to try and position him in the centre of the ring, it looks like, and if she gets one of these submissions locked in whilst the Mountain's not in position, he could be in a world of pain. You can see on the outside the Mountain's too busy trying to deal with Miss Tarantula. She's keeping him busy. 2 knees to the back of the Mystery on the outside. We've got no idea what's going on the outside. The Mystery now dragged into the centre of the ring, and is she going to look to put things away here? She's taken far too long about this, ladies and gentlemen, because the Mountain's back up on the apron, and now you can see Miss Tash cheering her on from the outside. She has the prism lock locked in, but here comes the Mountain. Breaks it up immediately. I told you she'd taken too long about it. Rams the elbow down, but now goes for the cover. The Mountain not looking. 1, 2, 3, the Coven sneak it. Goodness me, the Mystery had nothing left in the tank to kick out of that. The Coven seal their #1 contender spot. They will get the next shot at the KEW tag team titles. They'll have to take on the Falcon and the Eagle, a deadly combination, but goodness me, the Coven are looking like they're coming for those tag team titles. They seem to have finally got things together, and the 3 of them here didn't even have their primary attack dog, didn't need him, put the Misfits behind them once and for all. Goodness gracious me, a great victory there for the Coven, but what does it spell out for the rest of the KEW, seeing that the darkness will lift and come for the rest of us like that, ladies and gentlemen? A scary proposition there. If they've got the tag team #1 contender shot, and then the Plowman is here for the Hardcore Championships, goodness me, we could have double champions coming to the Coven very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. As we rattle through that, we'll focus now on this Hardcore Championship match, which sees King Daddy, who was the man who came through the Hardcore qualifying matches to be the #1 contender, of course, giving the concussion to James the Cat. And of course the BFG didn't take kindly to that. He came out and assaulted King Daddy as rapidly as he could, delivering chair shots, vicious attacks, trying to get the revenge for his tag team partner. But of course has only led to this match being expanded. Originally expanded to just a 3-way, but the Plowman said that's not fair. If you're giving somebody else a shot, I should also have an opportunity. and it was given that it would be a fatal four-way. We of course have a little bit of history between that man and not only the man now making his way to the ring, but the hardcore champion as well. He of course lost to the hardcore champion last time around in the hardcore championship match, and he hasn't really looked like recapturing the hardcore championship other than coming through the hardcore #1 rankings. The BFG of course upsetting the apple cart, assaulting the King Daddy a few weeks ago, and you can see the women there in the front row, legs splayed. They are ready and raring for the BFG. They've missed him in the KW. Legs are wide open for him. My goodness me, he is the sexual magnet of the KW, ladies and gentlemen, and the women here have missed him. The stadium it's normally a 70 split with men to women when he's not on the card. He's on the card this evening, and it's a straight 50-50, we can tell you, ladies and gentlemen. There's as many women as there are men here, and they're all here for him, the ladies. You've got to wonder if the arena will be half empty after this match, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they'll have seen their sexual magnet in the ring, and they'll be happy with that as he gives them what they've come here for, the little hip shake. He's up on the top rope and showing off to the rest of the KW fans now, struts across the ring, and we've missed this sight, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, the little booty shake just for King Daddy, just what he would have wanted, right in his chops right before he gets going in this one. The plan one, of course, the other man in this fatal four-way managed to talk his way into the match pretty much. He did of course put on a really good showing against the Assassin only a few weeks ago, and that has led to him getting himself in this one. He said, if you're giving anyone a chance, it should have been me. I wasn't up for the title and I wasn't giving it my all. Give me another shot and I'll take that belt straight off of the Assassin. The CEO was a little reluctant, but that man's a scary man to deal with when he's in your office, in your face. And he eventually caved and gave him his opportunity here. And he will be the extra member in this fatal four-way, representing the Coven. Their first shot at getting a title here for them. They of course have had the shot at the tag team titles in the past, but this is their first at the a main title championship match. Well, I guess other than if you count the first hardcore championship one, which could have been won by Miss Tarantula. And here then comes the hardcore champion. He's held on to this belt for many a week, and you can see he's got the tag team championship with him as well. One half of the tag team champions and the hardcore championship. Here comes the Assassin. He's not been afraid to mix it up in these matches, and he's looked a dominant force in the hardcore division. He of course had the option to go for the KEW championship and take it off of Big Bird at the time he was the champion after winning the Royal Rumble, but he decided his tag team was more important to him, and he knew he could have more success there if he then took his Royal Rumble winning and went after the hardcore belt. It's proved a fruitful venture for him. He has been hardcore champion since taking that belt off the BFG, and the BFG will be looking for a measure of revenge here, not least against King Daddy, but also against that man that he's not been back in the ring with for the hardcore championship in weeks. Of course, when he won the hardcore championship as well, the BFG was also the tag team champion, so this has got to be double bitter for the big BFG, having both belts rubbed in his face. We'll have to see how angry that makes him. He is a man who is fueled by emotion, as we know, ladies and gentlemen. He looks angry there as well. Look at him, looks focused, that neck beard bristling with excitement here, ladies and gentlemen. And he looks focused as the hardcore champion. We'll focus on him like that for now. And the BFG goes straight after him as King Daddy goes after the plowman, drops him straight, his crotch first on the knee, as the BFG takes out the Assassin as well. It's a frantic start here, lifted up and dropped back first is the Ploughman, as the BFG's already had the Assassin rammed in the corner, and now these two men switch their attention to one another. The King Daddy going straight after the BFG and getting the stretch in, but the Assassin breaking it up, and the Ploughman now targeting the Assassin as the King Daddy goes after the BFG. I thought we might see this early doors, the two of them targeting one another. King Daddy won't be happy, of course, with the BFG's assaults on him in recent weeks, and will look to get a measure of revenge. And of course the BFG trying to take revenge for James the Cat and the concussions that or the concussion that King Daddy gave to him after delivering that pile driver straight onto the stop sign in the hardcore number one contenders match. I know it's a hardcore match, but goodness me, there wasn't that need to put anything that deadly onto James the Cat, and he's put him in the concussion protocol, which he's been in. We're told that he should be cleared in a few weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see once he's back in action. He'll hopefully be back sooner rather than later. But here comes the guitar from King Daddy. Looks like he was swinging a miss there onto the BFG as the Ploughman targets the hardcore champion on the outside. Now the BFG rams King Daddy into the apron. Back first, that's got to hurt, ladies and gentlemen. Furious chop from the Ploughman and drives the Assassin face first into the ring, and now the BFG has the guitar, and looks like the Ploughman's pulling off some fancy kicks on the outside, and big DDT from the Ploughman on the guitar's smashed over his head as well. I'm not so sure that the BFG needed to do that, but he's looking to take out the competition, I guess. Slow back to his feet is the Ploughman now, and down goes the Assassin on the outside. The BFG dropping him face first, and King Daddy's come back to the attentions of the BFG, but he's going to deal with the Assassin a little more first. Big suplex there on the outside. The BFG now broken up, King Daddy broken off by the Assassin as the Assassin's driven into the ring post. A Ploughman with a net breaker on the outside, and now the Ploughman, I thought he was going to go and look for something on the outside. King Daddy being wise here, taking a little breather in the ring, letting the other men on the outside deal with one another. Double team there, nice double suplex from Big Bird and the Assassin teaming up together to take care of the Ploughman. As now King Daddy breaks up whatever the BFG had in mind, and big punch to the BFG's face, doesn't drop him to the floor though. Elbow to the back of the head of the Assassin from the Ploughman, and King Daddy rams the BFG into the stairs. Now switches his attention to the Ploughman, goes for a big punch there, gets hold of the Ploughman from behind. Ploughman battling elbows here. Now the Assassin's going to look for something under the ring. He's pulled out a stop sign, threatening the Assassin with it, and went to hit him with it, the Ploughman, sorry. And now the Ploughman saw him coming and gets the stop sign for himself, and I think he might turn it to the attention of King Daddy, but he got a little bit lost there, didn't know who he was going for. No, he's dropped it eventually as the Assassin knocks it out of his hands, and is now driven into the steel steps by King Daddy. A little eye rake there from the Ploughman gets the King Daddy now in position, and now the BFG and the Ploughman, double knee drive there onto King Daddy, and big heel kick there from the Assassin straight onto the Ploughman. The BFG now targets the Ploughman, and now I thought King Daddy might be going for the pile driver there on the outside, trying to put away the Assassin, and the Assassin managed to avert disaster there, looking for something under the ring, has the steel chair, and it's knocked out of his hands at the last minute by King Daddy, who saw it coming, whipped him back into the ring. And now the BFG with a spinning around of the Ploughman. Where's he going to land? In between the two deadly weapons. And the ladder driven into the face, and again, my goodness me, he's clearing house with the ladder here. Is the King Daddy slamming the ladder into the Ploughman on the floor, and then a big elbow drop. Now, the BFG slamming him down. Looks like the BFG's got a cut on his forehead as well. Maybe that's from that ladder shot that he just took, hopping over the steel stairs. I thought he might go for the steel chair that's sitting there on the outside and try and deliver that to King Daddy's face. Whips the table out now. Goodness me, what's he got in mind for that? Slides it into the ring. King Daddy's not seen him coming. The low blow! Oh my goodness, BFG's gone for the low blow on King Daddy. Rolls over, goes for the cover. 1, 2. The Ploughman's in, and he kicks out as well. The Ploughman breaks it up at the last minute. Into the corner goes the BFG, but that's the first time we've seen anybody give a low blow to King Daddy. And you've got to wonder how much damage that's been done to the man who's had many children, and the BFG saying to him, "You're not the sexual prowess in the KEW, that's me." And now delivered to the floor by the Assassin there, ramming his elbow into the table from the King Daddy. And now the Assassin trying to take a measure of control to this one. Up to the top rope he goes, diving across, and flipping King Daddy down on the corner of the table. That one's going to hurt the spine there, ladies and gentlemen. Back into the ring goes the Ploughman, and the BFG's pulling off the orange steps. He wants some more hardware in the ring here, ladies and gentlemen. Into the corner. Oh, goes King Daddy in the double knees, double feet from the Assassin right into King Daddy's face. Oh, big diving knee strike from the Plowman straight into the Assassin's face. Now the Assassin up, quickly goes after King Daddy in those steel steps in the corner next to the BFG as he's ramming the shoulder into the Plowman on the outside. The Assassin off the ropes, gets hold of the BFG, spins him around the Assassin's edge, down he goes. And King Daddy now has hold of the Assassin, big punch there. The Plowman, oh, the steel steps titter out of the ring. And oh, big kick there from the Plowman. Oh, big clothesline driving the Plowman down in the centre. And the Walrus headbutt right on top of the table. Could this be the BFG's moment here, ladies and gentlemen? He's not going to take advantage of it, it doesn't look. I think he's changed tact and I think he's going after the Assassin. Oh, but he gets a steel chair to his face for his troubles. Goodness me, he's up quickly but misses out of the way of it. And an Assassin's edge on the outside. Down goes the Plowman. Down goes the Plowman in the ring. Down goes the BFG. He goes for the cover, does King Daddy, to steal the championship. Oh, I don't think the Assassin could see him because of his hood. I don't think he heard the count either. Maybe his ears are ringing from all of the punishment his hand is taking the P on the outside. Now the hockey stick out from the King Daddy. Oh, across the back of the BFG, but he took it like a champ. Now spinning around. Oh, but he's caught him. Oh, and only I thought he caught him, was going to give him a suplex there, King Daddy. But the Assassin then spun it back around and gave him a little stunner on the outside. And King Daddy's now down. It looked like the BFG tripped over the chair and fell on top of the ladder. And now the Plowman takes the hockey stick into the ring with the Assassin. Could it be between these two men? The Assassin off the ropes. Diving Bulldog. Down he goes on the outside. Oh, the low blow to the BFG. He's down. The Assassin went for the cover and only gets a 1 count. The BFG, though, given the low blow in return from King Daddy. And you've got to wonder how mad the BFG is going to be about that. Oh, the mist in the face as well. Goodness me, it's all kicking off, ladies and gentlemen. Mist in the face from the Plowman. And the Assassin takes advantage, has the armbar locked in. The Assassin, though, can't hold on to it as the Plowman rolls out of it. And all 4 men are back in the ring. Big headbutt to the back of the Assassin. Oh, the pile driver to the Plowman. And goodness me, can the BFG take advantage now? Body charges the King Daddy. You can see he's got the blue mist. And oh, the big shot to the back. Can the BFG now look to regain his hardcore championship? The Assassin on the outside. Oh, the hockey stick to the back of King Daddy. And will he go for the cover here? King Daddy trying to roll to the outside. Oh, he's got a honky tonk tune over the back of his head. Has the BFG, and the Plowman's back to his feet, recovering swiftly from that potential concussion from the pile driver into the corner. Oh no, dropped face first on the ropes. I thought it was into the corner, into the turnbuckle. King Daddy up now, lifts him down. Oh, shot right to the coccyx there, and the Assassin's edge out of nowhere onto King Daddy. Goes for the cover, but the Plowman's there to break it up. The BFG wants some on the outside. He's taunting the men in the ring. Out rolls the King Daddy, swinging net breaker from the Plowman, lifted back to his feet now by the BFG, who scoops him up and uses all the weight behind him to go for the cover, and the Assassin's quickly in to break it up, and a little running drop kick there drives the BFG down to the floor. It looks like the Plowman might be down and have broken ribs here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see he's clutching his midriff there. Furious shots from the Assassin, trying to power up now, targets the Plowman. Maybe he sees him as the weak link, whips into the corner. The Plowman looks like he doesn't know what day of the week it is. Elbows furious here. Into the corner he goes. Oh, and the boots to the face there. And now the BFG gets hold of him. A big shot to the back. Whips him into the corner. Oh, and the big splash, crushing the ribs even more, and he's in position now, and the BFG is feeling funky, feeling fresh, and the Assassin doesn't know what to make of it. He's got the caterpillar going, he's a very hungry boy. Big elbow there, straight to the chest. The Assassin biding his time, lifting the BFG, the power on display. Look at this, slamming him down, giving him his own special slam there, and goes for the cover, only a 1 count as the BFG rolls and hides under the ropes for a bit of a breather there. The Assassin now spinning round. Oh, down he goes, has the armbar locked in. Will the King Daddy tap? No, broken up at the last second there by the Plowman. And the Plowman now, the demonic stomp round on the back of the head. Well, the BFG goes for the cover. Gets a 1, but the Assassin's there to break it up swiftly. The Assassin looking fresh here. The Plowman almost stole it at the last minute there. The Assassin now off the ropes. Here he goes, spinning around. The Assassin's edge, down he goes to the floor there. Now King Daddy targeting the BFG. Oh, big kick to the back of the head though. It looked like from the Assassin to try and break it up, and the Assassin now looks like he's the man in control of this one, into the ropes, and the Assassin's edge, down goes King Daddy, goes for the cover. Can the BFG break it up? He does, just about in time. And the BFG back to his feet, charges the Ploughman down, now targets the Assassin in the centre of the ring, has him on the shoulders, drops him face first in the corner, and you can see all these men getting worn down. Oh, the swinging neckbreaker there from the Ploughman, and the BFG is in a bit of trouble. Oh, the hockey stick given to the face of the Assassin. He's in the corner now in trouble, and here comes the Ploughman. Oh, BFG misses his clothesline, goes after the Ploughman, lifts him up, and big backdrop there, and King Daddy jumps on top of the Assassin, targeting him as the strongest man in the ring. Big crossbody now delivered to the BFG. Is it the King Daddy's time? Can he put him away? Is he going to look to go for a pile driver and put the BFG away once and for all? Whips into the corner, gets him out of the corner now, picks him up and slams him down. Good power on display from King Daddy. You can see the Ploughman, he's not paid attention to him. Oh, it looked like the Ploughman was twirling around there. I don't know what his plan was, but he's been caught well and truly and smashed in the face by King Daddy. In the ring comes the Assassin. Oh, big heel kick there, driving King Daddy down, and King Daddy's slow back to his feet, gets a kick to the face but blocks it, and now tucks the Assassin in between the legs. Up goes the Assassin, pile driver. Out of the ring goes the BFG. The Ploughman breaks up the cover. Can the Ploughman steal it at the last minute here, ladies and gentlemen? With the Assassin down, you might not know what's going on. Oh, it's rolled up in a small package. The Assassin at the last minute. Good awareness there. He survived the pile driver, it seems, as the BFG gets the extra set of steel stairs here, ladies and gentlemen. The Assassin resting on the ropes. The BFG puts the steel stairs down. He might have a bit of a concussion himself. Doesn't like he knows what's going on, particularly. Hurricanrana there, driving him down into the centre of the ring. And now the Assassin, furious, kicks here, and oh, big flip move there, goes for the cover. King Daddy rolls into the ring, nudges the referee and breaks up the cover before the referee can even get a one count. King Daddy says, not on my watch, you stealing this one. Assassin, big elbow to King Daddy. King Daddy, furious hits, but only to get a hip toss sent to the side. Oh, Hurricanrana there from the Assassin. He's powering up now, ladies and gentlemen. Then Assassin's edge, down goes King Daddy. BFG's up and poised, and he goes for the cover on the wrong man. The Assassin's not seen that the BFG is up. The BFG now, can he steal it? No. Oh, the Assassin went for the Assassin's edge again, but pushed off by the BFG. The BFG, whilst nobody's looking, goes for the cover. Oh, the Assassin saw him at the last second and breaks it up. And now the BFG could be in a spot of bother, gets a DDT there. King Daddy now back up to his feet, whips the Assassin into the corner. This one's on a knife edge here, ladies and gentlemen. Big clothesline in the corner from King Daddy. Goes for the cover to steal it. 1, 2. Oh, kicked out at the last minute, gets the shoulder up, does the Assassin. You can see there's not much left in the tank by any of these four men. And now the Ploughman goes for the cover to steal it. Oh, and the King Daddy kicks out at the last minute, and the BFG's in the ring. Is he going to go for the cover? The Assassin looks like he's wonky and confused on the outside. Who can blame him after taking that massive pile driver and the massive slam there from the BFG? Puts the arm over. The Ploughman's too busy with the kicks. The referee's going for the count. The BFG steals it. He steals the Hardcore Championship. Whilst the Assassin was busy with the Ploughman, the BFG reclaims his belt, and here he is, finger high in the air, ladies and gentlemen. He is once again the Hardcore Champion. He's our Hardcore Champion. He's the Women's Champion, and look at that, shakes the hips and the thrusts. He's going to have a good night tonight. You can see the women in the front row, they're loving it. They're giving him the thumb sideways. That's telling him what room they're in the hotels and the motels. Goodness me, and there it is. Look at this, the hip shakes, the little rump shakes. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, BFG is a Hardcore Champion yet again. What a match, what a result, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move to our next match for the evening. You see there we have a brand new member to the roster who's going to be accompanying the Torpedo here, ladies and gentlemen. Promoted fresh out of the academy, not given a match on the cards, but we will get a glimpse of them here, whether it be in the entrance and also ringside. And it has meant, with this movement in the roster, ladies and gentlemen, that we'll have a switch around where the Torpedo will no longer be part of the Misfits. He announced it earlier today on social media with the promotion of his partner, the Man Crusher Alex. You can see there she had to squat down to give him the little smackaroo on the lips. With the promotion of his partner, the Manslayer, Man Crusher Alex, he is now coupled up with her, Love Island style, and the pair of them are being known as the Power Couple, as they make their way to the ring. Look at the gentlemanly aspects there. Holds the rope open for his long-time partner. Showing off on the top ropes for her, and she loves it. A little another smooch there for the cameras, for the fans. Throws his arms wide open. And if the two of them are coming to the forefront here, ladies and gentlemen, she's not just going to be a bit part in the background, the Man Crusher. Then goodness me, they might be a deadly tag team to watch out for in the coming weeks in the KEW. And we have Dude Jeans as well, taking on the Torpedo here. Not perhaps the match that many people would have seen on the cards for a main pay-per-view this deep into it. But Dude Jeans needs a bit of a momentum swinger. And the Torpedo, of course, be looking for a bit of a change in fortunes, having dealt with recent defeats left, right and centre, whether it be the tag division or whether it be the singles division that he's been in with the hardcore battles. A little shake in the knees there then, and both of these men will know, much like the first match that was on the cards, a victory here will be a decent push up the KW power rankings and can put you into contention for a hardcore championship title match potentially in the future against the new hardcore champion, the BFG, or who knows, maybe even a main KW title threat as the Torpedo explodes out of the corner. Maybe it's having a Man Crusher Alex in his corner that's inspired him. Now he's got to really turn it on for the KW fans. Off the ropes he goes, big crossbody there. It's about time we saw something a bit better from the little man here with his gold and black and white attire. You can see that the Man Crusher has matched him with a blue and gold theme on the outside, the feather boa that she has containing the blue and gold of her colours, of course the gold of the Torpedo, and the blue and red of her own hair. Big elbows there, dropping Dude Jeans to the floor as the Man Crusher looks happy with that. She looks like she's wiping her hands. Furious shots from the Torpedo, and Dude Jeans is yet to get a shot in it. Looks like he's got a bit of blood on his face as well. Maybe his glasses are rammed into his face from these furious shots from the Torpedo, ladies and gentlemen. Big shot to the guts there as well. As look at this, the Man Crusher impressed with what she's seeing so far from her man. She's watching intently from the sides. Goes for the cover. Doesn't even get a one count there though. You can see she's giving him some notes on the outside, telling him to pick up the tempo. He's like, I'm going to pick up the tempo anymore, woman. I'm going as fast as I can here. Another crossbody and more furious shots to the head of Dude Jeans. I don't think he's yet to get a hit in. Jumps back to his feet swiftly, but again gets caught by the Torpedo, who has him on the shoulder here. Drops him on the top rope and chokes the life out of him. And again the Man Crusher engaged with a future man, watching him closely from the sidelines. Big old way for a butterfly suplex, but Dude Jeans flips out of it. Oh, gets the drop kick in. Missed it a little bit there though. Didn't get all of it. Pushed off now to Torpedo. And the Dude Jeans now gets hold of him, whips around and hurricanes him down to the floor. Better stuff from Dude Jeans. Drop kick right to the back of the spine there. Right to the top of the neck. Nasty move. As now she looks a little more concerned as the Man Crusher on the outside for her man. As she sees him move out the way there. Good swift move from him. Down to the floor goes the Torpedo. And now the running knee strike there. Delivering Dude Jeans right over his head. And the Torpedo might look to put this one away. If he can get the Torpy driver out, it might be all over. Goes for the cover instead. Gets a 2 count there. Delivers the knee to the base of the spine. He doesn't look happy with only getting a 2 count. Allows Dude Jeans to crawl to the outside and tells him to get back to his feet, pointing to him on the outside, taking his sweet time here, diving through the ropes. Oh, took too long. Went face first into the outside matting, and he will not be a pretty picture later for the Man Crusher to deal with. She'll have to bandage up his schnoz, I dare say, along with many other things after that dive out of the ring there. They call it a suicide dive for a reason. Oh, but now reverses and sends Dude Jeans into the ring post. Climbs back in on a 3 count, and Dude Jeans on the outside on a 4. Out drives the Torpedo, resetting the count, but only to get a Russian leg sweep on the outside. Good ring awareness there from Dujeans, and now delivering his own strikes on the outside. Picks the Torpedo back to his feet. Big shot to the head there. Swings him round. Oh, swinging net breaker there. Driving the Torpedo down to the ground, and a big shot to the face. Rolls over and now to the back of the neck there. It looked like he's really targeting that as a potential area. Another drop kick right to that region, up to a 5 count. And Dujeans is going to maybe look to push this one here onto a 6 count. No, throws him back in the ring. I thought he might try and get the count out victory, as that might have been his best course to victory, up to an 8 count as he climbs to the top rope here. And you can see it looks like the Man Crusher was trying to warn the Dujeans about it, or sorry, warn the Torpedo about the incoming aerial assault. And there again, looks like she's pulling some moves on the outside. Big moonsault there. You can see how devastated she is. The referee taking an age to get the count in. Gets to a 2-3, and there it is. Dujeans puts away the Torpedo with a moonsault from the top rope, and the Man Crusher, she's devastated on the outside. She's not going to be happy with Dujeans for that one. We'll have to see whether she looks to take a measure of revenge in the coming weeks in the KEW. She won't be pleased that her man lost his big match here at the Trouble in Tange pay-per-view. It looked like a foregone conclusion for a long time in that one, that Dujeans was going to be the loser of the match. The Torpedo came explosively out of the blocks, but ended up getting well and truly done on the outside, moonsaulted, and it was all over from there, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing left in the tank from the Torpedo, unless he was trying to save a bit of energy for this evening's activities with the Man Crusher. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out. And this is, of course, the main feature for the evening then, ladies and gentlemen. The Elimination Chamber, there it is. Ready and raring. We've got no order to which these men will be entering the ring. It was drawn in a random lottery backstage earlier tonight. We won't know until they make their way in who's in what pod. And here is the KEW champion, that championship on the line. Reminding the KEW fans as well that he won the HMV Steelbook briefcase match, as he has the HMV Steelbook with him. Perhaps a reminder to everyone then that while he also is the KEW champion, that he has the briefcase as well, that he can cash in at any moment. He might lose the title tonight, but he will be in the driving seat to recash that briefcase back in and get that title back around his waist. Hands the belt to the referee. And makes his way into the pod. He's the first man in, and he will not be the first left in the ring to defend it. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, the man who qualified in perhaps the most controversial style. It is Atomic Andy, who of course defeated the Witch Mother and his tag team partner, the Firefighter, in order to get into this one. It was a hard fought battle that he went under. It was an absolute hellacious one. The Witch Mother, of course, didn't look like she'd fully recovered from it, but Atomic Andy took the victory. He was bloodied in that one, and there was a little bit of pushing and shoving with him and the Firefighter post-match. We'll have to see whether that affects their tag team in any way, shape or form. But he'll know now. Ready and raring to go. He's ready to be locked in the chamber. He'll be happy that he's not the first man into the match here, and that he hasn't got to go the distance. It is a hellacious and brutal format. Nobody wants to be the first man in. Nobody wants to be the one dealing with all the punishment for the entire length. You want to be the last man out of that box so that you can be the one to seal victory. Oh, next, here we go then, the CEO, tag team champion that he is, strutting his stuff to the ring. He, of course, decided to foist himself into this match. Saw it necessary that he be in the elimination chamber. The only question remains then, who will be the last person locked in the chamber, and who will be the first two in the ring to fight it out? Big Bird entering the ring, ready to go. He could become a double champion by the end of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Has the belt with him. He is ready and raring to go. Of course, we've never had a double champion with the KEW Championships and the Tag Team Champions. He will know that he could be the first to do so, and what an honour it would be being the CEO of the company to hold both the major belts in the KEW. And here then comes Benji, and we know the two men that are going to start the match, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the Shinigami and Mark. And the Red Ranger will be happy that he's avoided Mark immediately out the gates, or perhaps he'll be a little frustrated that he wasn't the man drawn with him. He maybe would have been sweating backstage as the last few ballots were being drawn, especially seeing the Shinigami still standing there. Mark will not be pleased that it's the Shinigami that he's going to have to go against immediately. The two of them, of course, teaming up in the tag team against Benji and the Tange only a few weeks ago. And Mark did not put on a good display, left the Shinigami a little frustrated. As would, of course, then the one-sided special guest referee for a match between the Tange and the Shinigami, in which the Shinigami won resplendently. Only really thanks to the help of Mark. Perhaps that's only really angered the Shinigami more, saying, I didn't need you doing me any favours. I could have beaten the Tange with a fair refereeing calls. I don't need anybody questioning my ability to take the KEW title from that large orange man in the ring. Of course, the Shinigami has had many a dealing with Tange. Tange, of course, mocking him openly, wearing the blonde wig to the ring on occasions. And, of course, the Shinigami not taking kindly to it, pursuing him any chance he gets to do so. It will be, though, the two men that teamed up that will take each other on here early doors. Who will be first out of the elimination chambers, ladies and gentlemen? The Shinigami looks focused here and ready to go as he makes his way into the ring. He is a ferocious man. I don't think he's the man that anyone would have wanted immediately out of the gates here. He won't care. He will be happy that he's first in. He'll say, give me the punishment. I can take it all day long. I can dish it out. And look at that. Stares straight at the KEW champion in the corner. Straight over to him and says to him, I'm going to come home with your title at the end of the night. Looking around the rest of the men in the ring. Staring at Benji as well, who of course was part of that tag team match. He feels he owes him one. And here comes the man who he was tag teamed up with. We'll have to see. I don't think there's going to be any chance at all that the two of them are going to wait for the next man to come in the ring, that they'll have some sort of alliance here, ladies and gentlemen. I think the two of them are going to be at each other. I think the Shinigami is going to explode out at Mark, trying to take out some frustrations that he would have had recently, as he brings his favourite steel chair, his pet chair, to the ring. He's been threatening, of course, that for months now in the KEW. You'll have to leave it outside the steel structure, as that's dangerous enough. There you go. He tosses it to one side and leaves it down there for a rainy day. Into the ring he comes, and he'll know. So he's not the man he wanted to start against. He can see him there. He glances over at Benji immediately and says, you lucky devil, you're one draw away from me and you being in the steel chamber. And here we go immediately. Oh, I said the Shinigami would come out looking for him, but missed his shot early doors. And Mark now trying to pick the Shinigami up, but the Shinigami's back on top. Mark reverses, no, goes for him in the corner, but he gets the 2 feet up, does the Shinigami, sending Mark back away. Now, what a big shot to the back, drives the Skeleton King down to the floor as he's slow back to his feet. And the Shinigami happily picks him up and clotheslines him and almost rips his head off and spins him around. Big stomp there, gets him back to his feet. This is, of course, the first inaugural elimination chamber match for the KEW, and we're happy to have the format here in the KEW, and what a time to have it at the Trouble in Tange pay-per-view. It's only fitting really, Tange with the championship, the KEW title on the line, and it being the elimination chamber that he'll have to defend it in here as Mark takes an early measure of control, but he's rolled up in the small package. Oh, kicks out, and we're going to get our first chamber opening in a minute here. Who will it be, ladies and gentlemen? Our lights dim. The buzzer sounds, and it's Atomic Andy out of the blocks here as Mark takes control of the Shinigami with a big double kick there. And Mark immediately sees the big man coming, tries to take him down, and look at this. He bounces straight off the big fella. Oh, he throws him to the outside and onto that steel platform there. Goes for the Boston Crab on the Shinigami. Is he going to tap to eliminate him? No, he flips him off of him and goes back to work in the ring. The Shinigami now with him on the floor, on his knees. Now Mark goes straight for the Shinigami and hurricanranas him down. It looks like Mark's wasted no time in targeting the Shinigami. Maybe sees him as the strongest of the men in the ring. Double forearms now straight into the Mark's face and back to his feet now. Oh, throwing across the ring, you'd have to say almost the centre of the ring's really the best part to be in. You don't want to be on the outside where that steel platform is. And here comes our next competitor, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get frantic here soon. It's going to be a four-way, another three. Big kick to the guts from Mark. He looks to try and go off the ropes, but the Shinigami catches him. And who's next in? The buzzer sounds, it's Tange. Here comes the KEW champion, and you know who he's going to be targeting. You know who the Shinigami is going to be targeting. Straight on top of him and pummeling him down on the floor. Tange going after the man who's been coming for that KEW title for the last few weeks. The man that he's had many a dealing with. Flips him over. Reverse Boston Crab trying to get him to tappers now. Mark's trying to be crushed by Atomic Andy with a big bear hug, and Mark looks slow already. Out of the gates, dropped down to the floor is Tange by the Shinigami. We only have two men left in the pods, nobody eliminated yet. The time in between's not a great. Oh, one here, big DDT there from the Shinigami onto Tange. Now Mark's going up, and big choke slam there, driven down to the floor, and here comes the next countdown. Will it be the Big Bird? Will it be Benji? Rammed into the corner is Mark, and Tange gets the Shinigami back to his feet, scoops him up. Who's going to get the advantage here then? Will it be the CEO? Will it be Benji? It's Benji who's out next. It is the CEO with the big advantage here, the last man, the freshest man of the lot. And Benji wastes no time in going straight for Mark. Big bulldog there. And look at this, the brothers looking like they were going to team up for a second now. Switch their attentions to one another. And immediately Andy sees him as the danger man here. Mark taking a little breather. Benji dropped down to the floor by Atomic Andy, who now has him up. And Tange thrown to the outside by the Shinigami as Benji's launched across the ring, and Mark goes straight back after the Shinigami. Once again, the two men who started the time in the ring, they seem to have some sort of beef with one another. Perhaps Mark was just trying to get out early doors. He thinks to himself, if I can attack him immediately, then there's less chance of him brutalising me. It's a attack or be attacked situation. Now Mark has the Shinigami up and package pile drivers him down onto the mat here. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, just a 2 count. The referee took an age as here comes the CEO, the freshest man at the lot, the biggest advantage, and he's taking his time on the outside to find his way into the ring. And here he goes. Mark's down and is being pinned by the Shinigami. Just a 1 count there as Tange sees Big Bird coming and launches him across the ring. Benji's exploding into Atomic Andy's face here. I would have thought the two brothers might look to try and team up somewhat a little bit in this one, the brotherly plaid if you like, but no, they've turned on each other immediately as Mark now is squared up to by Benji, has him from behind. Sees him coming though, drops down on his chin as Tange goes for the CEO in the corner. He's really working him over there, and it's the Shinigami who's down but now springs back to his feet and goes straight for Mark. So many rivalries in this ring now, ladies and gentlemen. We've not just got the Mark and Benji one, we've got the Shinigami and Mark, we've got Tange and the Shinigami. We of course have the CEO and Atomic Andy, who their tag teams have been at odds with one another, and you can see now Benji and Mark on the outside going for each other immediately. The Tange having trouble in the ring with the CEO's bear crushing him in the ring. Tange not tapping out though. None on the outside. The Shinigami's gone to join, and rammed into the pod on the outside. And now Benji looking to try and potentially clear a bit of house here. Throws Mark back into the ring. Wants to get the pin in the ring to get him away. An atomic drive there, and the CEO has Tange rolled up, and Andy's gone for the cover, but was delayed. Gets a 2. Oh, the Shinigami kicks out, and you have to feel that Atomic Andy there should have been able to put him away, but the CEO was busy with the little roll-up of the Tange. Led to a real distraction for the referee, who took an age to get the pin in, and Benji up on the top turnbuckle now, pointing to his brother on the outside, diving crossbody to him on the outside. Tange slow in the corner, going for the cover on the outside, the ref going for the pin. Just a 1 count there. Andy not out of this one yet, as Mark looks like he's got the CEO wraps up. Oh, the skull crusher on the CEO. I thought he might go for the cover there as well. Picks him back up to his feet, gives him a little drop kick, can't drop him down to the floor. The CEO back in control of that one there. The Shinigami and Tange in the ring locking up as Andy's driven into the box on the outside. Benji looking to really turn this almost into a hardcore affair. Has Andy on the outside, ramming his face into the box on the outside. He'd have to question here whether Andy made the right decision about targeting his tag team partner in the fatal 3-way to qualify for this one. Thought he might get a friendly helping hand from his brother in the ring, but he's getting absolutely no such chance of that. Benji is just absolutely taking Andy to the woodshed here. Furious kicks through the ribs now. Big kick to the face there. We've got a pin going on as well. The Shinigami's pinning Mark kicks out at a 1 count though. Tange driven to the floor, and another pin in there. The referee's busy trying to deal with the tapping. 1, 2. Tange kicks out at 2. Is Andy tapping? Nobody can tell. No tapping there. The referee breaks it up, but you have to wonder what damage has been done there. And the Shinigami now has Benji up and throws him across the ring with a big choke slam. Goes for the pin on him. Mark's not going to break that one up. Surely he's watching on with glee. 3. Benji's out. Spear to Mark. Mark might be out too. Look at the leg. 2. 3. Mark's out as well. 2 eliminated immediately. It's Benji and Mark out. Well, Benji's not going to be happy that he was first out. Mark won't be happy that he was caught flush watching Benji get eliminated. Tange goes for the cover on the Shinigami. Feet on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. We're down to 3 all of a sudden. Furious eliminations, one after the other. It's going to be between Atomic Andy, the Tange, and the CEO. Tange with a big uppercut there, driving the CEO to the floor. Furious shot to the sternum as well, and an elbow drop, and now targets Andy in the corner. Andy gets the elbow up at the last minute. Big clothesline driving him down, and you can see how being the last man out of the pod has done Big Bird all the favours in the world. Up onto the shoulders he goes, drops face first onto the ropes, and Tange went for a big right-hander, but Andy catches him in the act, spins around, but driven out to the outside goes Andy on the floor. You see him clutching the back on the outside. The CEO now with Tange in the ring. The Shinigami will not be happy that he was eliminated by Tange in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. I think he might have given him a Tange KO, a Tange knockout, and Tange has hold of Andy now up on the shoulders. I thought he might have been going for a Tange to sleep. Drops Andy down on the top rope instead though. Rolls him over now, looking to inflict the punishment from behind. Has hold of the neck. The furious shot to the head here, pounding the chest, and gets him up again. Is going for it again. You can see the CEO is poised behind Tange. I don't think you've seen him there. He definitely hasn't. Lifts him up into the electric chair drop there, dropping Tange right onto his spine. Big shot to the spine of Tange again. Big kick as well as Andy. Clothesline there. You'd have to say, I said about Andy taking the decision to qualify for this one and knock his tag team partner out. Well, he's in the last 3 now. He'll have to say that was a good decision to make if he's able to come away with a KEW championship, and maybe that might be the only way that Scott's able to forgive him. Drop to his face now is Tange by the CEO. He dodges out the way, does Andy, of that big hit from the CEO. Gets hold of him from the back of the neck now. And now the Tange working with Andy. Big double suplex there, driving him down to the floor. But betrays him immediately with a clothesline, and the CEO is up and dealing with Tange immediately as Andy crawls back up the ropes and is thrown across the ring as the Big Bird. And Tange sees Andy coming at the last second. Big elbow to battle him back off. It really is almost like a 2-on-1 here. Tange tosses him down to the ground, goes for the cover. The CEO willing to let him get the cover. Andy kicks out at 2. The CEO more than happy for him to pin him and get him out of this one, so he can have it as a 1-on-1 match. He knows that if he can get Tange 1-on-1, being the freshest man in the ring, surely he's got the best opportunity to take victory in this one. Tange back to his feet now, battling elbows to try and get back out of this one. Big strike there from Andy, driving Tange down to the ground. The CEO in position. Andy dragging Tange around the ring. The CEO gets hold of Andy. I thought he could have let him deal with the Tange there. Backdrops him there right onto the centre of the ring. And is the CEO going to look to try and put Atomic Andy away, lifts him up, tosses him across the ring. Tange, though, sees the CEO defenceless, gets him on the shoulders, spins him into position. Oh, but Tange asleep. There it is. Hooks the leg. 2. Just a 2 count. Somehow Big Bird's kicked out, and he gets a drop kick to his back for his troubles, does the Tange. And now Andy, big German suplex, launching him across the ring, and allows the CEO to try and crawl back to the corner, but only briefly. Gets hold of him now, drags him out away from the corner. The Tange is trying to get back to his feet. Andy sees him coming. Another German suplex across the ring. The big man putting it all on the line here. Whipped into the referee now. And spear out of nowhere from the CEO. Covers Andy. 1, 2, 3, and Andy's out. And Tange will look at this as a gift horse in the mouth. The big man who was giving him the problems in the match is gone. Tange knows now to defend the title, and he'll still have the briefcase. All he's got to do is defeat the CEO, the last man out of the pod. I said it was a big help to be the last man out and be the freshest man, and it's proven that way, ladies and gentlemen. Big Bird against the Tange for the KEW Championship. Tange battles the Big Bird back down. I thought he was going for the Tange knockout there. Whipped into the ropes, spun around, swinging neck breaker there from Big Bird, and Big Bird now flexing the muscles, showing off to the crowd, showing them what they really are missing. Picks him up to his feet, and Tange blocks there, little arm drag down to the floor, snap DDT, and now is the Tange going to be ready, going to be coiled, going to be ready to deliver the punishing blow that is the Tange knockout here, ladies and gentlemen. He was taking his time thinking about it. He's targeting the arm instead. Perhaps he's decided he needs to do a bit more punishment to deliver to Big Bird. And now look at this. Bangs the matting. We've seen him do this before. Gets in position with his orangutan pounding. And the Tange knockout blow. Surely that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Hooks the legs. 1, 2, 3, a successful defence for the Tange. He's held on to the KEW title here, ladies and gentlemen. He still has the title. He still has the briefcase. He was the 3rd man out, and goodness me, he went the distance and pulled off a stunning victory. Nobody expected the Tange to be this dominant in this one, but goodness me, he's going to take some stopping as the KEW champion now, ladies and gentlemen. How on earth will the CEO deal with that? Another championship loss for him. How on earth will the rest of the competitors in there deal with that one as well? The Shinigami knocked out by the Tange. The Benji knocked out by the Tange, I think, as well. And of course, Mark caught watching Benji get eliminated, speared and eliminated himself. He will not be happy with himself. You'd have to think, or perhaps he'll try and twist it. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching Trouble in Tangetown, though. Will join us next time around for more thrilling KEW action and more of the fallout from this phenomenal pay-per-view. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.